growing, okay? The baby has to keep growing and be healthy.
And I was bleeding and I panicked. There's a baby in my belly. What?
There's a baby in my belly! Right now!
So it's just really, 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 really heartbreaking, and I'm really, really sad. And I was really shattered, and I went to the ER the next morning. If you know, pregnancy, is supposed to double every 48 to 72 hours, and that only went up by like 25%. But I just can't even believe it happened. Like, when is it supposed to happen? Okay, so I just wanted to, I wish that this was different, under different circumstances I was making this video. But I had so many other things, I had so many videos actually planned out to do. I found out that I was pregnant on October, I think it was like October 9th. And I totally see a line, oh my gosh. There's 100% a line. 9 days. It's like 2 days ago, I started spotting, and the past 2 cycles I've spotted 9 DPO, 10 days past ovulation, and then 11 or 12 I've started my period. And I even got my progesterone checked and all this stuff. Oh my gosh, it's positive. I had weird dreams tonight, this last night, and then a couple nights ago I also had weird dreams. I was like, I have to be pregnant. I don't have weird dreams like this. Oh my gosh. I am in shock. I was so sad a few days ago. Like laying in bed just depressed because I was like, we've done everything right. I've got my progesterone checked. I've tracked my ovulation. I've done like every single thing right this pregnancy. And it's only taken us 2 cycles each time for each of our kids. Well, actually, Lottie was a surprise, but I'm totally like, oh my gosh, it's totally positive. I'm pregnant. Oh my god. And then I've just like held out hope the past couple days because I'm like, it's not like it's red. Like red blood. It was mostly brown, a little bit of pink. Oh my gosh. I gotta tell my mom and Brett. My mom's here only for a couple more days. Gotta figure out how I'm gonna tell them. Oh my gosh. My mom was in town. She was leaving a couple days later. I thought that I was actually going to, not gonna be pregnant because I had spotted a couple days before. I spotted a couple days before I found out, but I was having super vivid dreams, and I was like, okay, I just need a test. And I tested, and my spotting dwindled down. It was dwindling, that was like not as much. And anyways, so I took a test, and I was pregnant, and I was so excited. I told Brett and my mom and my kids I printed off our address and all their names on it, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's a package at the door. And I was like, weird, it says your name, Mom, and Brett's name. And I had like packaged it really not very well because we didn't have packing tape. And Brett opened it and he was like, weird, the packing's kind of sketchy. Anyways, open it, there was a test, and it was really exciting and really fun.
Mom said this.
I have no idea what it is.
Brett and Sarah Robinson.
You are pregnant? Are you serious? Are you serious? Did you know this whole time?
No, just this morning.
What?
Oh my gosh. I tested it this morning.
Oh my gosh.
I tested it this morning. Isn't that amazing?
Honey, that is amazing.
Isn't that amazing?
That's cute, Sierra.
You know, Arda wants to wrap that up. You're like, this is kind of really terribly
Well, I was
packaged.
just like, is this
Oh.
like,
Oh
should
my
we be
gosh.
concerned? Like,
We have a
There's a baby in my belly.
Right now.
Is that from Amazon?
Look, I went to go grab this because I hid it from you, and I was like, oh no, it doesn't even look it because it looks like the evaporation line. And then I took this one like 2 minutes ago.
Oh my
Oh
god.
Are you guys excited? I was like, how can I get everybody out here from working? I was like, I gotta do it before my mom gets in there.
Oh my god.
Were you so confused opening
So
that?
confused.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Well, so do you want to know why I knew? Because I had that weird dream last night, and I've had it 2 nights in a row. I've had weird dreams, and I'm like, I only have dreams like this when I'm pregnant.
We need
Right after having a birthday test drive.
I don't know, are you happy?
Congratulations.
Thank
Wait, okay, where are we? We're at October.
You're
So
right.
then September, October, November, December, January, March, April, May, June.
So they'll be 23 months apart. I don't know, but can you believe that? I had given up hope. And then I was like, last night I was like, it's only brown still. Maybe it's like I'm spotting brown, maybe. And then I had that dream last night, and I was like, let me just check.
Oh my gosh, so you just went out and rang the doorbell?
Wait, yes. Right, but I'll tell you what, when did you guys go outside? I found one online, and then I went on Canva, and I wiped out the other part, and then I wrote down our names. But I was like, I can't go into Brett because he's gonna know. Because I would have been like, there's a package outside for. That's why I was like, a package.
That's so funny.
Can you believe it? Were you shocked?
I was so
I was like, that's the only way to get everyone together. I was like, how am I gonna do this? Not for probably 3 months.
That is so, you guys.
Can you believe
so
that?
Amazing.
Wasn't that fun? Oh, sorry, Greta. Can you believe it? Were you guys shocked with that? Were you
I
like,
was so
weird to
shocked.
all 3 of us?
Yeah, I'm like,
Oh my god, is that so fun?
oh my
So just
goodness.
pray that the baby will keep growing, okay? The baby has to keep growing and be healthy. It's probably a poppy seed right now.
A dot.
Me that.
I knew it
Yes,
from
I
even before I got
know.
there.
That's really
I
You
know.
got before I got home.
I know you did. What do you think when you saw it?
I was so happy.
Did you know it? Did you know what was happening? Were you
No,
like,
no. As soon as I opened it, I was like, yes.
I have like notes for week 3, week 4, week 5 because I found out 3 weeks, 4 days, which is pretty typical with my pregnancies. When I found out, anyways, I was expecting this to be my last pregnancy because that's what our plan was. You're gonna be a big brother. What do you think? Oh, thank you. Mwah, you're gonna be a big brother. Are you so excited? You're gonna be a baby. There's a baby in my belly. Whoa! Can you believe it? There's a baby in my belly. Yeah! What the heck? How do you know that? There's a baby in my belly. What? How did you know that? Say whoa. Give me kisses. Mwah, love you. And so I was just kind of like really hoping or like really living in all the moments, trying to take like the pregnancy tests and really enjoy, like I love like watching it to see like that line pop up and stuff and just like kind of like experiencing all these lasts. And I was not expecting to miscarry. So I wasn't really feeling nauseous. I was having other symptoms. Just like early symptoms, you know. I can put them here, just like scroll through it on my phone to show you guys kind of like the symptoms that I was having, because I was having pregnancy symptoms, but typically my nausea doesn't show up till about 7 weeks. I'd have been 7 weeks 2 days ago. And so my mom left town, my mom went home. Then Brett was going out of town. He left on Wednesday, like a week and a half ago. Wednesday to be with his dad at a football game. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then Saturday he was coming home that night as he was literally like 20 minutes from landing in Atlanta and then driving home. I went to the bathroom and I was in my head, I was like, oh, this would be so terrible to spot. And I wiped and I was bleeding and I panicked. I couldn't reach Brett because he was on a flight. I texted my mom and I still held out some hope. I miscarried between May and Greta, and I knew how that was. It was actually quite a different experience between May and Greta, when I spotted it, was like the lightest pink, the first thing I noticed. Ow, I hurt myself today. Putting boxes in the attic. So it was like the lightest pink between May and Greta. This time it was like bright red. And so Brett got home that night and I was really shattered, and I went to the ER the next morning because I was like, okay, this could be an ectopic pregnancy, which is really dangerous. I mean, I just need to check. So I went, they checked everything. They couldn't find the heartbeat on the, so I was 6 weeks on that Saturday when I started spotting. 6 weeks one day. They couldn't find the fetal heartbeat on the ultrasound, and they were like, this is very normal, like you're super early. So, and they're like, everything is coming back normal, like there's nothing weird. However, your HCG is 552, which is in the normal range for how pregnant you are. But really the thing's going to tell us is if you keep on bleeding and how your HCG goes. And so got to my doctor 2 days later. They took my blood. So that's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. On Monday, the rest of Sunday, the rest of Monday, up until in like noon on Tuesday, my bleeding was just like light spotting. Like I didn't even need a pad. It was only when I wiped. So I was like, okay, this could be really good. Like this could just be, they said there was no subchorionic hemorrhage, which I've had subchorionic hemorrhages with most of my other babies. I would say 3 out of 5 of them I've had them. Maybe 4, maybe 5, but I didn't know about it with May. And then I also watched a previous video when I was 6 weeks with Truett. I spotted it a little bit and I had forgotten about that. So I was like so holding out hope, and Brett was really, really hopeful. And I was really thinking that I wasn't actually miscarrying because my spotting was going down. And I was like, okay, this could just be like some weird thing going on, you know, because I also had been spotting randomly since having Truett, from when my period started after having Truett till I got pregnant. Like I said, I spotted like right before I got my positive test. Like I had been randomly spotting, and I had gone to the doctor. They said there was no issue. I have like a small fibroid, but nothing to worry about. And so I was just like really holding out hope. And then on Tuesday, right before, in the afternoon, I think it was right before I went into the doctor, my bleeding picked up. Or maybe it was right after the doctor. I honestly don't remember. Not the doctor, just like the lab. They were awful too, because Brett was like, they're like, you need to talk to the manager because we don't let you check your HCG before an actual appointment, which I'm like, what? That's so annoying. Anyways, so they finally let me go back there. I go in, they're like, why do you need your HCG checked? And she's like, okay, like the lab person was like, will you explain to me why? Because my doctor wasn't in that day or something. She's like, will you explain why? I was like, I'm bleeding, I need to check my HCG. Like it wouldn't click for them for some reason. And I was like, I think I could be miscarrying. We need to make sure I'm not miscarrying. We need to check my HCG, see if it's gone up since I went to the ER on Sunday. That was 2 days ago. I need to see if it's gone up or gone down or where we're at with my HCG. So they check it. I get an email the next day because it has to be sent, you know, I get an email the next day saying it went up to 700 and I think it was like 758. It was 552 2 days prior. And if you know pregnancy, you know, it's supposed to double every 48 to 72 hours. And that only went up by like 25%. And at that point, I knew that I was already miscarrying because Tuesday night, my bleeding was picking up. Wednesday, my bleeding I was bleeding. I needed a pad. I'm pretty sure on Wednesday. So then Wednesday, I don't think that I'd miscarried quite yet. Either Wednesday or Thursday I did. I don't really know which day I miscarried. Wednesday we had a Halloween party with other homeschool moms in the area, and I took the girls, and Truett. I took all of our kids and then came home, and I just really didn't want them to. That morning we told them. And it was just kind of heartbreaking because in between May and Greta, I didn't need to explain it to anybody because May was only 10 months old, 9 months old. Yeah, she was like 9 or 10 months old. So this time was just really sad, and they've been praying, like we've told them since the beginning, like, you need to pray this little baby will grow. And to have to tell them, like I said, okay girls, you guys, all of you guys were in my belly, you guys were this size, and you guys grew, and this baby just stopped growing. Like, that's just like really heart-wrenching to have to do as a mom. And then it's not only my pain, it's also Brett's pain, and then it's also all my kids' pain, and it's just like a really heavy burden to carry. And Lottie wasn't really listening. Later that night, she saw that I was bleeding, and when I was in the bathroom, and I talked to her, and she started sobbing and was like, but I want this baby. And it was just like really, really heartbreaking. Then Thursday was Halloween, and while we were trick-or-treating, I was like not gonna let it stop me, because I didn't want this to taint the kids' memory of this year for Halloween and stuff. And as we were at a trunk or treat, like I was talking to somebody, and I like felt like a huge clot pass. And I don't think it was Wednesday or Tuesday when like I had passed a clot that I was like, I think this possibly could be me miscarrying. But then at the same time, this clot that I passed, this is really TMI, but this clot that I passed while we were I was talking to somebody was like a lot of tissue and really big. And so I don't really know if it was Wednesday or Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. During the night on Tuesday, I was bleeding a ton, and I think it was Tuesday. It could have been Wednesday night, but I went and got Truett because he was crying, and I had to go to the bathroom, and so I was holding him, and I was bleeding. I went to the bathroom, and I was just bleeding a ton, and I texted Brett because he had been with the little girls, and I was like, I might need to come and get you because I was really hurting. Like, my pain was pretty bad. When I miscarried between May and Greta, my pain was, I had one baby, and the epidural wore off with May a little bit, so I felt a lot of pain, but my pain tolerance, I think, has gotten stronger since having my other kids. And so, but I was in the bath just in terrible pain at like 3, 4, 5 in the morning when I miscarried when I was going through like the worst of the miscarriage between May and Greta. So I was expecting terrible pain, and it was really painful. Like, I had been taking a ton of Tylenol, and then I was just like, I'm just gonna have caffeine. I don't know if it really helped. Oh, I didn't say this, but on Sunday when I was at the ER, I hadn't eaten or drunk anything that morning, and I had the worst migraine the rest of the day. I rested like all of Sunday. Once I got home, I was at the ER for like 4 or 5 hours. Anyways, and then we had Halloween, and then that night I just took care of Truett. Then Friday we decorated for Christmas, some of it, and we've been doing that ever since. And so it's just really, 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 really heartbreaking, and I'm really, really sad. And I've just been finding like little reminders that this little baby, like that we don't have this little baby, and this little baby won't be born, and it's just really sad. Like today I was going through the girls, my like homeschool calendar, and saw that like I circled the due date, which was going to be June 21st, and I was like, baby, and I like crossed that out. And then the girls asked me why I had put blue over the dates on the calendar, because I had written like 6, 7, 8, 9, like how many weeks I was on the calendar. And just like, and we have this big trip to Italy coming up, and I like had postponed packing, and I was going to pack my pregnancy clothes, and yeah, and then even seeing other people's like pregnancy things, I know, like I've been there, I've been the person posting the pregnancy things, so I don't blame anyone for posting those, but it's just like painful to be left out of that now, you know, when I thought like I had the future. Like I knew what the future was gonna be, you know. But we're praying for another little baby to come when the time comes. Today I went to the doctor. So, I didn't say. On like Wednesday or Thursday, I think it was Thursday, the nurse called me at the doctor's office, and they're like, we're just calling to let you know that your blood came back at 7:58. you are pregnant and you are between 4 to 6 weeks. And I was like, okay, I'm not actually pregnant. I'm miscarrying. That's why I got my HCG checked. It was like so inconsiderate. I've just had like moments like that. Just like I've had to like re-feel the pain. And like even today on the phone when they called me, because she told me she would call me today to let me know because I needed my HCG rechecked to make sure that I'm like everything's passing properly and that the HCG is going down so that I'm, you know. Anyways, she called and she's like, I just have some questions about your bleeding. Like, are you bleeding hard? And I was like, I am 99% sure I've miscarried. I've bled a lot. And she's like, okay, well, has there been pain? And I was like, yes. And I've passed clots and tissue. And she's like, oh, okay. Well, let's get you, let's check your blood. I said, okay, are you going to schedule an ultrasound or are you just waiting until after my blood is checked? And she said, we'll wait till after. But I'm like, you need to check with an ultrasound to make sure that I'm not, like, there's no tissue left, because that can be really, really, really bad. Well, I am on my way home. I just got my blood drawn to make sure that I've like passed to make sure my HCG's gone down. And just so sad this time. This is so sad. Haven't really filmed anything because I don't really want to do this. I had all these videos planned for, you know, finding out I was pregnant, the symptoms before pregnancy, the 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. I have like all these notes with my phone, and then this is what happened. So when I miscarried between May and Greta, it was a weird time, like with other stuff going on, and I feel like I just like was kind of numb. This time it's like hitting me really hard, like I'm okay and then I'm not okay, and then it doesn't help that this doctor's office I've been going to, it's like made it a lot harder. Like today they called, you know, when I went and got my HCG checked the first time, they were like, give me a big deal, but like I had to talk to the manager there, like, okay, she needs her HCG checked, and like, well, typically we get an appointment first, and they're like, gosh, never gonna go now. Anyways, they ended up letting me go in, and then I got it checked, and then they're like, okay, yeah, you're they called me a few days later after I saw that my HCG hadn't gone up a ton, and I had already started miscarrying. Like, okay, yeah, we just want to let you know that you're pregnant. You're probably between 4 to 6 weeks pregnant right now. And I was like, no, I'm not pregnant. I'm miscarrying. And then today they called and they're like, okay, yeah, your doctor, yeah, they want to check your blood, but we have some questions about it. She said, we have some questions about your bleeding. How hard are you bleeding? And I said, I'm 99% sure I miscarried. I bled a lot. And she was like, okay, well, was there pain? And I said, yes. And I passed tissue and I passed clots. And she said, okay, well, do you want to come in today or tomorrow to check your blood? And I said today. And I was like, does she want to do like an ultrasound like after that? Do they want to check that? And she was like, yeah, we'll do this and then we'll figure it out. So anyways, there's that. Just a big bummer. Anyways, there's people around now, but that's pretty much it, what's been going on. Yeah, not the video I wanted to post or even share, but I feel like it's like a part of our pregnancy journey and our family, like building our family. And when I had miscarried between May and Greta, I actually wasn't even filming videos. Our first video was when May turned blonde, which was like 2 months after I miscarried. Anyways, sending love to anyone else that's gone through this or going through this. And yeah, thanks for watching. Come back for other videos. Hopefully soon we will be pregnant and pregnant again. Gosh, I'm like so bummed out, but I just can't even believe it happened. Like, it wasn't supposed to happen. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.